Okay, hello everyone. This is me again, and I know I already closed my YouTube channel for 3 months ago because my study about psycholinguistics is over, and now I have a new subject again. It's called discourse analysis, and this topic I'm going to do my second assignment. It's called the genesis of the discourse analysis itself. So there are several questions, actually so many questions that I have to answer, but after I read the text from PDF, I can make a summary. So maybe this is gonna be a long video, maybe several, 5 or more. So what should we learn on genesis of discourse analysis? We should learn the genesis of discourse analysis because it helps us understand about how discourse analysis began and developed, um, from the text. Like, discourse analysis comes from linguistics and is influenced by different linguistic theories. By learning its history, we can see how ideas about language change over time. This also helps us understand how language is used in real life, both in speaking and writing. Okay, for the second, do I agree about that discourse analysis is influenced by linguistic theories? Yes, I agree with that. The text clearly says that discourse analysis is strongly influenced by linguistic theories. It even says that linguistics theory gives rise to discourse analysis. There are three stages of linguistic development. First is traditional grammar, second is structuralism, and the last one is functionalism. Okay, these stages support the development of discourse analysis. So without linguistic theories, discourse analysis will not exist. Okay, I'm going to talk about the grammar theory first. So, what is the grammar theory? So I'm going to explain this, but I only explain this more simplified. So traditional grammar theory is a study of language structure, including words, or people say morphology, and sentences, or people say syntax, but it does not focus much on sound and meaning. The main principle of this thing is one form of language is considered or correct, or people say standard. All learners must follow strict grammar rules. Okay, the teacher must do this theory, teach strict grammar rules, ask students to follow correct forms, only correct every mistake, do not allow students to use other language patterns. So what are the products of this theory? Okay, we can see many grammar books like English grammars, dictionaries, studies about common errors. It also start the idea of error analysis. So, and the shortcoming of this theory is it focused too much on rules. It ignored real language use. Because of this, learners cannot develop full communication skill, especially when they meet the foreigner, like native speakers, for example. They cannot understand what they are saying. So for this translation or grammar translation method and its relation, grammar translation method comes from traditional grammar theory. Basically, its characteristic focus on reading, not speaking, translate language into mother tongue, teacher-centered, focus on grammar rules. So it is directly based on traditional grammar principle. Okay, The second, or the structuralism theory. What is the structuralism theory, and what does the Caesar say? Okay, structuralism studies language as a system of science. The Caesar says language consists of cipher, or people say sound, and significant, or concept. Language is a system of connected elements. Language should be studied at a specific time. What are the main principles of this method? Is spoken language is more important than written. These use a descriptive approach, not strict rules like the grammar method before. So, language is a system that must be learned as a whole. So, what is the informant method? This is the next question actually. So, the next method is informant method use a native speaker as a model. That the native speakers gives an example learners imitate and practice. A linguist help guide the process. What are the characteristics of the method itself? Focus on speaking like native speakers. Use a drilling and repetition. Teacher gives models. Errors must be corrected immediately. What is the main shortcoming of this method? The weakness is only it does not focus much on cultural learning. It's repetitive and sometimes boring. Communication is not natural because we only repetition what the native speakers say. And the last, not the last. What is the error analysis? The error analysis. Wait, I want to remember it first. Okay, error analysis studies students' mistakes. From the name, we can say the error and analysis. So we analyze the student mistakes. That's the more simpler. Error are analysis to find learning problems. Teachers must correct errors quickly. It helps improve language learning. And for the last question is functionalism theory. What is the functionalism theory and what does Chomsky say? Functionalism studies is functionalism studies how language is used for communication. Chomsky says language is not just a habit. It comes from human mind, or people say innate ability. People generate sentences, not just imitate. Like differences between Chomsky and Himes. Chomsky focused on grammar, or people say linguistic competence. Himes focus on communication and social use. Himes says that language must be used correctly in social context, not only grammar, but also a meaning and situation, the situation of the conversation. What is the main principle? Okay, as a system for communication used to express meaning connected to social and cultural context. And for the next question is, what is a CLT and its relation? CLT, or I already learned about this, CLT, communicative language teaching. This method comes from functionalism. Functionalism focus on communication, teach both form and function. It emphasizes like real communication, social use of language. Relationship between discourse analysis and functionalism itself leads to discourse analysis because it studies language in real context. It focuses on meaning, purpose, and social use. What more? Okay, Discourse analysis is developed from functionalism ideas. Maybe that's all. And this video's almost 11 minutes. So that's all from me. I think we'll meet again on the next week every Wednesday, of course, because I always do my assignment one day before the DATI stop. Okay, thank you.